Hello there everyone, welcome to Untitled Tarot. My name is Ariel and this is your September 2021 astrological overview. We're going to take a look at our astrology patterns for the month of September ahead and just point out some of the major transits and occurrences that will be important for you to pay attention to as we do our month's journey. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm always very appreciative of your time and your energy here, and I do appreciate that so much. If you have time and you haven't done so before, I do invite you to reach out there, hit the subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Always happy to have you here. So let's go ahead and look at our chart. This is our chart for the beginning of September, and I'm going to just take you through this wheel, especially if my camera will agree with me. It's definitely been going in and out of focus a lot lately, so I hope it will cooperate with us there. I can see it doing it. So we're going to start out on our moon sign as we begin the month of September is actually going to be in the sign of home-loving, nurturing Cancer. So definitely I think the month of September comes in very nicely because that moon in Cancer does align very nicely into a sextile position with the sun in Virgo. So just, kind of settle in, enjoy. This is a beautiful couple of days as we start September for, nurturing other people, organizing things within the home environment. If you're in need of some healing or if you've not been feeling so well, this is a great time to take some time out and really just get taken care of yourself. Cook the good foods that are nurturing for you. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water and align and adjust those personal habits. That is an absolutely powerful and wonderful transit for doing that. Our first big occurrence happens on Monday the 6th. That will be the new moon in the sign of Virgo, so it will get closer up to the sun in Virgo. We will see the moon move on up, and so it will be in alignment with our sun in Virgo as well. New moons are always the time of beginnings, new progress, new clean fresh starts. It's a great kind of energy for getting something done or moving something ahead, and because it is the energy of Virgo for that new moon, it will be aligning with the qualities and characteristics of Virgo, which are to be organized, practical, generous towards others, definitely a sign of humanitarian aid towards other people, making the world a better place, helping and healing others, and yes, adjusting our routines. I think this is also for any of you who want to do like a cleanse or a detox of any kind. This is a perfect time to do it. As that new moon in Virgo comes in on Monday the 6th, the 2 weeks after that will be excellent timing because that is a sign of cleansing, of health, of purification. Virgo is a beautiful, multifaceted sign. And, when we're in Virgo season, it's really a nice one to focus in on. It's also a sign of agriculture and the harvest, right? The Virgo Virgin Maiden, she carries that, gathers that bundle of wheat. So it definitely has that connection to food. So the kind of foods that you eat are important. And it's a great time to, redo your habits, your health routines. If you say, well, I'd like my diet to be a little bit healthier, you can adjust it, right? And you can learn more about, nutrition and things like that. That's an excellent subject for this Virgo energy. Our next big movement comes on Friday the 10th. That is going to see our planet of love and relationships right here, our sign of Venus. It has been traveling along in the sign of Libra for this past month, and it will be wrapping up that cycle on Friday the 10th. It will be moving into the deep, intense, mysterious sign of Scorpio until October 8th. So we do have a nice little transit coming up. I will say the week before that is a wonderful alignment. Like, really the 8th and the 9th of September are quite nice because Venus will be in those late degrees of Libra, and it will be trining Jupiter in Aquarius. So this brings a great time through that, just keep that in mind. September 8th and 9th, and really even the 10th as well, you'll be feeling that beautiful Venus-Jupiter trine. And that does open up and expand our love, our commitment, our devotion. And if you're single, it really brings through opportunities to meet somebody special. It's also involving, you know, the energy of Mercury in that pattern, as it's also in the sign of Libra. Libra is our partnership sign, guys. It's all about relationships, marriages, agreements, contracts, etc. And that is in a positive alignment to Saturn in Aquarius. So this means that those agreements are very harmonious. They're very good working relationships as well as love and friendship. So very, very nice energy going on. We also, of course, have Mars continuing in the sign of Virgo, and that is in alignment with the Sun. This brings us a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of vitality. And this is also in very nice alignment with our sign, with our planet of Pluto, in the sign of Capricorn. That it brings a lot of earthy stability, and it brings good transformations, things that are very positive towards our spiritual and psychological development. So Venus moving into Scorpio, that's definitely going to take us from that realm of the lighter, airier Libra energies into that more deep, sexual, passionate, regenerative energy of Scorpio. So I would say that Venus and Scorpio can be one of the more challenging transits of Venus to navigate. It definitely can, because Scorpio is a fixed sign. That makes it more stubborn in its modality. But it's also because the deep side, there's two very strong sides of Scorpio. It can be very light or it can be very dark, not a lot of in between. So finding the middle ground is very, very important during a Venus transit of Scorpio. I would also say and caution very strongly that the tough things about Scorpio are going to be things like jealousies, suspicion, paranoia, wondering if someone's hiding something from you or keeping a secret from you, right? So it's very important for you to be aware of that, guys. Be aware that, love can be very passionate, very sexual, very steamy, very, very flirty, and very, beautiful. But there's also that very tough side to that, which can be that Scorpio side that can get very jealous and very suspicious of the love partner as well, because they can be quite possessive. So if you can capitalize in on the passion, the steaminess, the sexiness of Venus and Scorpio, and downplay the more difficult sides until October 8th, that would be the best way to navigate that transit. Next up is going to be Mars, our planet of energy, strength, masculine drive, aggression, and assertiveness, is going to be moving from Virgo into the sign of Libra. That's going to happen on Tuesday the 14th, and that will be with us until Halloween. On October 31st, Mars will be in Libra. I'll tell you what, I also don't like the energy of Mars in Libra too much. And the reason for this is because Mars is our aggression. It's assertive, gets things done very quickly. And it is how we express anger as well. And it doesn't particularly express itself that well in Libra, because Libra doesn't like to fight. Libra wants to be the diplomat and to smooth things over. And the position of Mars being in Libra can often lead to what, comes out as passive aggression. It's like, I'm mad about something, but I don't want to tell you what, that kind of thing, because I don't want to have a fight. And that, of course, makes it worse. So I will say that with Mars moving through the sign of Libra, guys, that's going to be with us again from September 14th until October 31st. Make sure that you find creative and peaceful ways to resolve any anger or any frustrations that come up. Because if you don't, you're just going to stuff it, and it gets worse later and much more explosive when Mars moves into Scorpio for November. Going into our next big occurrence for the month, we have got the full moon arriving in Aries. That's going to be with us on Monday the 20th. That's going to be a powerhouse of a moon, because once the moon moves into Aries, our sun sign, Mars sign, is going to be getting closer and closer to Libra, and it's going to be very strong. The full moon in Aries will be with us at 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that Monday, September 20th, and it will be a strong one. That starts our lunar cycle from the beginning because Aries is our first sign. It's our first sign. So the full moon in Aries will be so much about personal discovery, really understanding your deeper identity and your purpose, your life path on Earth. Our last two transits, I'm just going to go ahead and read those out for you, will be the sun moving from the sign of Virgo into our sign of Libra, and that will begin the autumn equinox for the year. So that starts our 3 months of autumn on the 22nd, and then on our last occurrence of the month, definitely one to watch out for, is going to be a Mercury retrograde, and that is going to be with us from September 26th until October 18th. Actually, let me check what sign that's going to be in for you, because the sign that the Mercury retrograde is in actually tells you a lot about the nature of what it's going to be like. And for anybody who, is interested in astrology, whether you're new to it or more advanced in it, I always love using like a little astrology pocket guide like this. Llewellyn makes a good one. There's plenty of them out there, I'm sure. I'm not being paid to endorse them, but I do buy this little book every year because, I use it all the time when I'm doing readings, when I'm checking out, what's going on, when I do these calendars at the beginning of the month for you guys, because it's really helpful. It tells you each day by day, what's happening. And then in the back, you've got 3 years of ephemeris tables, which show you where the retrogrades are and everything else. It's a great, at a glance sort of guide. So our Mercury retrograde for the month of September will actually be in Libra, guys. Woo! I would say that this is going to be a lot of adjusting when it comes to relationships. You might be rethinking certain elements of your relationships. If you're not really deeply committed with someone, you might kind of go, oh, let me see, do I really want to be with this person? What is it that, needs to be adjusted? What needs to be reviewed? Mercury retrograde is about review. It's about kind of looking something over, checking it, for any kind of flaws or holes or things that need to be fixed. So it's a definite time to refresh. In other areas, Libra also rules things like contracts, agreements. You might have to renew a contract of some kind. You might be making a decision about something like that, where maybe you've got to renew a lease. Maybe you've got to re-sign a contract on a job that you currently have, and say, okay, I'll take on this, or I'll take, this certain amount of responsibilities, etc. That can be something that comes up big. And really, because Libra is such a sign of balance, I would say that anything that feels out of balance during this Mercury retrograde, this is going to be a big time to bring things back into balance. So overall, guys, I really like the month of September. There's not a lot of heavy drama. We actually have a lot of really nice aspects. I'm looking forward to that full moon in Aries. I think it's going to feel like a big refresh. Where is it in Aries? It does say, I think it is, because see, we skipped. Last month we had a full moon in Pisces. It was supposed to be in Pisces, but it ended up being in Aquarius a second time. So I'm like, are we even getting a full moon in Pisces or not? That's a good thing to look at. I didn't even think about that as I was writing these out. But now that I'm doing this, I'm like, oh wait, are we going to get a full moon in Pisces, or is it just going straight to Aries? Full moon at 7:55 p.m. and then the moon enters Aries at 11:13 p.m. Oh good, we do get a Pisces full moon. All right, big correction there. That's been throwing me off. It's been throwing a lot of astrologers off. Is that we had 2 back-to-back full moons in Aquarius, because our last full moon, it hit at the very last degree of Aquarius, and the moon before that hit the first degree. So we skipped a whole moon cycle. So what would normally be an Aries moon this month is actually going to be our Pisces full moon. So I'm excited about that one too, and I'll tell you why. Because the Pisces full moon is, to me, the most magical, mystical, spiritual full moon. It's very romantic, excellent for creative people, spiritual people, artists, really thrive under a Pisces full moon. Yes, it's very emotional. Yes, it can be very weepy. A lot of feelings coming to the surface. But overall, yes, it is an absolutely magical lunar experience. And then right after that, just a few hours, the moon will move into Aries. We will have our official Aries full moon in October, and that's going to occur just a few days after Jupiter and Mercury go direct. That'll be great. Ooh, I'm looking forward to October already. Nice. Yeah, we'll have our full moon in Aries for October, guys. Wow, what a month ahead. I am looking forward to it. I hope you are too. We will certainly be talking about it more as our month goes by through our readings and live streams that we're doing here at the channel. So stay in tune, stay in touch, and I'll be talking to y'all again very, very soon. Take care.